Much like her predecessors Kate Bush and Imogen Heap, British vocalist Ellie Goulding stands at the forefront of independent-minded mainstream pop. With her unique soprano and knack for writing catchy, yet emotionally earnest songs, Goulding quickly rose to the top of the UK charts with her breakthrough 2010 debut, Lights. Her folk-inflected pop sound increasingly drew from electronic influences, heard on 2012's dubstep-influenced Halcyon, and later touched upon dance music and ambient synth-pop for her third studio album, 2015's Delirium. In 2020, she scored her third UK #1 with her fourth set, the introspective Brightest Blue. Goulding continued to expand her sound, releasing the 2020 holiday EP songbook for Christmas, before pivoting back to the dance floor with the euphoric synths of 2023's Higher Than Heaven. A handful of collaborations kept her busy between albums, including the smash Calvin Harris hit Miracle. Born in Hereford, England, Goulding later moved to the country's East Coast to study drama at the University of Kent. She had developed a love for folk music as a teenager, and her time at university also exposed her to electronica. After 2 years, she took a break from her studies and moved to West London, where she pursued a career as an alternative singer-songwriter and befriended producers like Starsmith and Frank Musick, who gave her songs an electropop twist. In 2009, Goulding began building an online audience, where early tracks like Starry-Eyed and a cover of Sam Sparro's Black and Gold were posted on taste-making websites. Goulding soon graduated from the blogosphere to print media, gaining praise from mainstream publications like The Guardian and fielding offers from record labels. She ultimately signed a major label deal with Polydor Records and began preparing her debut album. In the meantime, she penned songs for Diana Vickers, Gabriella Clemmy, and others. During the final weeks of 2009, Goulding topped the BBC's Sound of 2010, a poll conducted by British music critics and industry insiders to identify new talent. Building on that momentum, she blended acoustic and synthesized instruments on her first studio full-length, Lights, which was released in March 2010. The debut topped the UK charts during its first week and spun off Starry-Eyed as a top 5 single. It also charted well in Ireland and New Zealand. Later that year, the album was re-released as Bright Lights. In addition to a hit cover of Elton John's Your Song, the set included the international smash Lights, which was certified 5 times platinum in the US and peaked at #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2012, Goulding returned with her sophomore album, Halcyon, which pushed her into more adventurous sonic territory with darker lyrical content and experimental electronic sounds. Home to the single Anything Can Happen, it was her second straight UK chart topper and the one to break her into the US top 10. The next year, a deluxe reissue featuring 10 extra songs was released, entitled Halcyon Days. It acted as a supplement to the original release. Hotel Flirt songs, UK #1 Burn and top 3 single How Long Will I Love You, became some of her biggest hits. Meanwhile, she scored another international hit with Calvin Harris' single I Need Your Love, which was certified multi-platinum in the US, Australia, and Canada. Another hit Harris track, Outside, kept her firmly planted on the global charts. By 2014, Goulding had participated in Band-Aid 30's update of Do They Know It Is Christmas and entered the UK top 10 once more with Beating Heart, a song released on the soundtrack for Divergent. Another soundtrack single, Love Me Like You Do, added to the success of 50 Shades of Grey in 2015 and soared to #1 across multiple markets. That same year, Goulding released her third studio album, Delirium, which featured collaborations with Max Martin, Greg Kurstin, and others. The pop-leaning record included the single On My Mind and peaked at number 3 on the US and UK charts. For the remainder of the decade, Goulding scored some of her biggest hits in the form of collaborations, starting with 2017's First Time with electronic producer Kygo. The next year, another radio hit, Close to Me, linked her up with producer Diplo and rapper Swaley. In 2019, she guested on Clean Bandit's single Mama and rapper Juice W. RLE's Hate Me, before returning to her own material with a pair of solo singles, Flux and 16. Goulding kicked off the 2020s with Worry About Me, a collaboration with American singer Blackbear, and Slow Grenade with Love. These tracks appeared on her fourth full-length, Brightest Blue, which arrived that summer. Split into two sides, the album's first half featured more experimental and vulnerable moments like Power, which interpolated Dua Lipa's Be the One, and the piano-based Flux, while side 2 Dhakta BG 0 showcased more mainstream-friendly fare like her previously released singles with Blackbear, Love, Diplo, and Juice W. RELL. The album became her third UK chart topper. Later that year, Goulding got into the holiday spirit for the EP Songbook for Christmas, featuring her stripped-down takes on classics such as Oh Holy Night, Don McLean's Vincent, and Elton John's Your Song. Easy Lover, a collaboration with rapper Big Sean, and the first taste of her next era arrived in July 2022. Another collaboration found Goulding reuniting with Calvin Harris for their first time since 2014 on the chart-topping anthem Miracle as a reaction to the darkness of the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. Goulding remained on the dance floor, turning to healing through shimmering, neon-washed synth-pop for her fifth album. Released in early 2023, Higher Than Heaven featured the singles Let It Die and the bonus track, All By Myself with Alok and Sigala. In between albums, she hopped onto additional dance tracks, including a pair of collaborations with Calvin Harris, the chart-topping smash Miracle, and Free, Starsmith, Leave Me Slowly, Fortet, In My Dreams, Anima, Hypnotized, and more. In 2025, she contributed Destiny to the anime series Cleavatess.